Hi guys, so we in the previous video displayed our data and now we are going to look at exporting our data so that we can import it into other mapping tools. We're going to be importing for this video into Mapbox, but there are many different mapping tools. You could also be using VicPlan, for example, QGIS to display this data and import this data into. So first things first, with Mapbox, it accepts shape files if they are zipped. It accepts GeoJSON files. It also accepts CSV files. So we're going to download this data as shapefile data to be compatible with Mapbox. So we click the little spanner here and we go download shapefile. So that's come up here in our downloads toolbar. We're going to do the exact same thing for our other data that we created. So shapefile. So now we're going to Mapbox. And now here what we're going to do is we're going to click the upload data button here. And we're going to click and drag our downloaded shapefile in the zip file here and go confirm. So Mapbox will now load this data and process it, and ideally create a successful download, which we can then display in Mapbox. It may take a couple of minutes for it to load. So once it's uploaded, it will say succeeded a few seconds ago, and now this ID here, 3ZUHS75T, you can add this by ID here, but I just kind of like to search for it in the source panel here. And as you can see, this is a perfect match. So we're going to click that data. And once we've uploaded it, we can then select the output walkability data here. And that will show up in our map view right here. And what we can do now is, as we can see here, this is the 30 trim, so it's much wider. So what I'm going to do is, instead of doing a fill, I'm going to do an outline for this to style this data, as this shows us the areas through the walkability and that 30 buffer distance that we can actually interact with, as well as what's inside those areas as well. It just makes that data a bit clearer. So now we go style, and we will be able to see our outlines of that 30 trim distance that we created in Aurin. So we can change the color of this too. So we can make this a green if we like. It'll come up as green. Change the opacity, you can change the width of the line. We can make this a little bit thicker. That makes it bigger there. Great. So what we're going to do as well is we are going to create another layer and put in our 10 trim data. So new layer, and we scroll down and we go upload data. We're then going to drag our data, the output walkability for the 10 trim distance, into our new tileset upload data section here. Confirm. And it will begin uploading in our notification section. So we'll give that a bit to upload, and then we'll do the same kind of process for this new data. So once it's succeeded, we then find that ID in our unused sources source panel. So we're looking for 9P on that ending. There we go. Click on this one here and select the output walkability. That will display in our map here. And we're going to keep that as a fill type. And then we're going to go to the style panel and that shows us the walkability with a trim of 10. So what's great now is we actually have the data showing the strict street focused walkability, but also with a buffer distance around the edges showing us the potential areas that you can actually walk to once you enter these streets. So what we've got here is actually a really good reading of that data. By having these two types of trims, the 10 and the 30 from Aurin, it actually gives us a bit more of a holistic picture as to what's going on. And the great thing is too, with this data, if you wanted to, you can display it as an extrusion. So if we go select data, we can go to our type and we could go fill extrusion if we wanted to. And we go style. We can change our height to maybe 10 meters. And if we rotate, so to rotate in Mapbox, you hold down Shift and the right mouse button. And we might just change the color of this to be a lighter shade. And we can see the way we have created a height for that one. Also, as a infographic type tool, the extrusion looks really lovely, like so. So that's how we export the data, and we can import it into things like Mapbox. And once we're happy with our map, we can then publish this in Mapbox. So we could, in the top right-hand corner, click the publish button, publish as new. So it shows you what it looks like currently and what is pending. So the changes we've made that are pending to be published. And we can go publish as new. And success. So we've taken that data from Aurin and we've visually displayed it in Mapbox. Mapbox gives us more flexibility with the tools to create some more interesting and visually appealing graphics with mapping data, with geospatial data. Aurin, however, does create some really nice graphs and whatnot. So, two different mapping tools for different purposes. In the next video, we're going to be looking at how Aurin can automatically create graphs and other data visualization infographics, which you can use in projects showing the type of data in different ways visually. So see you guys in the next video. Are we recording? Yeah.